Hey everyone, how are you all doing? So today we're kind of doing like a hybrid. So it's still a Write With Me slash office hours. So if you have any Novelcrafter related questions, hit me up. Feel free. Totally up for helping. But we are also looking at this um month's Monthly Muse. This is Dragon's Tale. Not to be confused with any other thing that dragon is in front of. And it's a bit of a like choose your path, kind of like goosebumps or that kind of, vibe adventure that then helps generate a prompt. So I thought we could start by going through a few of these, get some high fantasy ideas, and then maybe like start writing and building up a world with whichever one we're vibing with most. How does that all sound? Have any of you looked at it yet? If you, I think we've put the link in the description already, but if not, you just go to the Novelcrafter website, resources, and she is there straight away. So go check it out, read my blog post and all the other bits and pieces. Um, and yeah. Okay, so while I'm waiting for everyone to come in, I'll give it a first go. Can I include the sound of my shared screen? I'm not entirely sure. So you'll have to listen to the music yourselves. So, a messenger arrives at the castle with news of a dragon terrorizing the countryside. The king turns to you, his most trusted knight, for aid. Do you seek the wizard's counsel or visit the village? Now, I'm trying very much because I wrote the prompts, so it's kind of I'm trying not to remember what things were. So maybe Corey can give me a give me a shout like which one to go for this first generation. I don't know if you guys can hear the music, but although Corey might also be on a lag, so maybe he can't. So I will. Oh, I will close my eyes. Oh no, yes, you can hear. Visit the village. Okay, I'm visiting the village. You find a community working together to rebuild their town. You search for information about the attack. Who do you ask? A group of intrepid adventurers or the hodgepodge town guard? Which should we go for? The guard, okay. The town guard tells you about the attack and how the dragon has destroyed their favorite tavern. Do you help the village build up their defenses, or do you gather a team and supplies to fight the dragon? Gather team, okay. You and your comrades armor up and begin the trek in the mountains. To the mountains the dragon is rumored to live. On the way, you learn there is a prophecy about how to kill the dragon, or the weather begins to grow colder. Oh, amazing essay that you can hear it. It's really good. This is Corey's. Corey made this music, so all kudos to him. You don't know how it happened, but you're now in a snowstorm. Do dragons live near snowstorms? At the height of the storm, you find a cave. Do you take refuge in the cave, or do you press on to complete your mission? Cave. You find the cave is the perfect spot to wait out the weather, sheltered from the wind, toasty warm and filled with... Oh no. I wonder what happened. So, in a land... let me turn this down for a moment. In a land of one large continent inhabited by many different species, our hero, an urchin, must fight against a world controlled by power after a natural or magical disaster. Okay, so that's one of them. We're gonna do this a few times, get a couple of ideas, and then see how I'm feeling. Like this feels very like hero's journey vibes, like going deep fantasy, that kind of thing. So let's start again. So this time I'm just spinning around. Boop. 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 You sit by the window and reflect as you notice a shadow. You run out of the dragon. You see the dragon is near. The dragon halts mid-flight, hovering. It seems perplexed and asks what you're doing, fighting when there's no chance of victory. Do you explain the village's plight, or explain your knight's vows? Beep, 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 beep. Explain the village's plight. The dragon listens in great detail and seems truly repentant. Apparently dragons have allergies, and it didn't mean to attack the village. It offers some of its hoard to help. In a land of mythical origin, like flying cities, etc., inhabited by a single species, our hero and innkeeper must fight against a world controlled by evolutionary advantage after their home is destroyed by evil. Okay, I can get behind that. Okay, I'll do up like another one or two. Okay, Hi H13, how are you doing? I'll seek the Wizard's Council. I'm going to find answers myself. Ooh, magical items or rituals. It's gotta be magical stuff. A sword that glows near dragons or armor that shields against fire. I'm gonna go with a sword that glows near dragons, I think. Wait, the wizard is a dragon? I mean, this guy, he ain't thinking. He's gonna try and slay the wizard dragon. In a fearsome battle, you defeat the wizard dragon, but the tower and all his knowledge is destroyed. Oh. So in an island of an isolated island, mountain, or desert kingdom inhabited by a single species, our hero, a blacksmith, must fight against a world controlled by money after they receive a mysterious artifact. And that is spelt wrong. Oops. Okay, so I'm going to go the opposite way this time. Visit the village. I'll ask the intrepid adventurers. Nah, I'm going to go alone. I will trick the adventurers. And... yeah, Corey, I am as well. I'm just like, oh, Kevin did an amazing job putting this all together. Find a back entry. You wait for the last possible minute and swoop in to defend the adventurers, slaying the dragon and saving the kingdom. In a land of many different islands inhabited by different species, our hero, a weaver, must fight against a world controlled by the division of urban and rural populations after a competition is announced. Okay, so we have 4 ideas now. Which are your favourites so we can try and, like, get something together? So, let me mute this. So in a land of many different islands, our hero, a weaver, must fight against a world controlled by a division of urban or rural populations after a competition is announced. So I imagine that a competition between islands or something I could see. In an isolated island, mountain, or desert kingdom inhabited by one species, our hero, a blacksmith, must fight against a world controlled by money after they receive a mysterious artifact. Who's a shapeshifter? Essay. The Draggo, wizard. In a land of mythical origin inhabited by a single species, our hero, an innkeeper, must fight against a world controlled by evolutionary advantage after their home is destroyed by evil. Don't think I'm feeling that one as much. In one large continent, our hero, an urchin, must fight against a world controlled by power after a natural or magical disaster. Okay, so I'm feeling 1 or 4, I think. Yeah. So either the weaver on the like multi-island nation or the urchin, Corey's saying number 1, or an urchin in a world controlled by power after a disaster. Okay. 1 or 4, everyone. I know there are a few of you there, so I can see you, so... It's also totally fine to agree with Corey. Ha, choose wisely. Lol. Just gets a coin flipper. Well, I'll make the stream novel. I will put both of these in while I'm waiting. I mean, people might not say anything, but we can hope. Mari, if you're there, you're gonna have to DM me. Okay, so yeah. We have these two plots. But yeah, seriously, everyone, if you're watching and you've not taken a part in this month's Monthly Muse, it's really fun. And there's also some other prompts down here. Like one actually that I'm kind of tempted to take part in that I wrote was Rapunzel is not trapped, she's a siren luring men to her lair. That's something I really want to pick. You've not missed anything big, but it was me picking between which story to look at. So either this one, in a land of many different islands inhabited by many different species, our hero, a weaver, must fight against a world controlled by division after a competition is announced, or um, our hero, an urchin, must fight against a world controlled by power after a natural slash magical disaster. I have the premise, a story. Um, okay, so I have the premise to a story. I want it to be a high fantasy novel. Can you help me expand upon it, flesh it out? I want to do something unusual, like something not seen in. Okay, you like one, right? We're doing one. Previous literature. Um, yeah, let's try this out. So I need to think of like as well what the natural disaster is, and if the natural disaster or magical disaster um, happens in the story at the beginning, or if it's like in the past. Okay, unusual elements. Let's have a look at these. Yeah, I'm really looking for, I really want to write it. I might do a short story with that premise. I think it would be really, really cool, just like a little bit different. Um, and like that's why she's in the tower and like they all have to go up for, climb up first. It weakens them because they've got to climb for ages, and also it means that no one can hear them scream and rescue them. I've thought this out. I've thought this out. Okay. So what did I have? The control by power. So like some things I'm then starting to think of is like, do we go full on magic has a cost, like memory wise, which feels a little bit sci-fi way. Hello Tim. Oh no, What a lovely morning to see you here. I hope you enjoy the stream. If anyone has any questions, feel free to ask them. We're just currently plotting out a high fantasy novel, kind of giving it a go, seeing where we go. It's like the Monthly Muse and all that. Okay, I like the idea that the disaster is an ongoing event. Um, it's a tectonic shift, and the city our story is set in happens to be on both sides of the divide. A lot. Okay, I might go for that. I mean maybe in a future stream we can write some dark fairy tales. Um maybe perhaps this is because of it being a the protagonist is an urchin in this particular city. Um, I'm not sure how I want to uh, look at the magic yet, so we can think more on that. I also need to think more regarding the protagonist too. Um, if the disaster is the catalyst, how does this even fit in fit into our plot? We need to keep thinking. Okay, let's see how loud this is. Boop, 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 boop. Music. Okay, got some more stuff to read. We have these are the bits I wanna keep. Structure. Um, okay, I like that idea. Okay, yeah, I like the idea that political power is like fragmenting across and there's like new things. Yeah. And then our pro. Okay, so I like the idea that the protagonist is able to navigate both sides of this divide. Um, is it just a physical stability slash good skills to get across? Are they able to blend into both halves of society? Do they have some kind of magic that helps them? What would feel more compelling in a high fantasy story? Okay, connecting to the plot. Okay, I like the idea of equilibrium magic, where everything has to be balanced and like I love the idea of equilibrium magic. Um as the sides get more um dodgy, sides get more fractured and like words. So like as the sides get more fractured and um the geography is. Oh no, there's a moral to this. Okay. A new miraculous, spectacular pet-powered cycle machine. Why not take one for a spin? It's the latest craze. And you okay? I realize like every time I let me move my chair up. Its construction's far from random. With every pipe work here in tandem, you'll be riding like a pro. That's better. I'm not like hiding. The human race on your marks, get ready, grab your bike and go. Right. Okay, I like the idea like mixed heritage, like struggling to like fit in with either, but because of this they could like okay, I can make this work. But all they've done is pull the rug. Uh, we'll have a think about the power. So I'm thinking unity through division is a good theme for this. And now I realize I've not got all my to leave the past behind you. Okay, we have our theme. We already know our genre, of course. Why haven't I put that in? Let's put that in. We want a high fantasy. Lots of species mixed together. Um, Lots of magic. Slight whimsy, despite the gritty themes. A blend of charm and strength. Try something like that. Um, and then let's do some lore for equilibrium magic. Um, the widening divide is a magical feedback loop. Okay. Yep, that makes sense. Okay, let's now from our and the theme. What prompts did you guys get from the Monthly Muse? Nope, don't like that. Okay, I like that. Dual nature changeling, that's a possibility. Like an like that and then becomes a bit of a story of identity. I don't know if I'd go for the plot, but I like the concept. I mean, they're meant to be an urchin, so it's. Oh, so H13, if you go onto the Novelcrafter website, I'll just send you a link. Boop. There's also a link in the description that's shorter. It's like novelcrafter.link /TMM -9, I think. But yeah, give this a go. It's fun and like the music's great. I like the idea of them falling into the chasm as a child, maybe when it was like smaller. That's also interesting. A youth temporarily absorbing others' magic, or like others' memories and selling them. I maybe wouldn't do like maybe who witnessed a crime or something. Because I feel like high fantasy is like a trilogy kind of thing. Like we don't have to solve everything in the first book. Be okay. This draws attention from ancient order. Um, eh. Okay, I don't know what guys, which ones are you guys thinking are like your favorites? I think I like a mix of the memory collector and the dual nature changeling. Partly because it's like, oh, non-human protagonist. Um uh Kin. Okay, amazing, Corey. Thank you. Okay, manage custom details. Let's add a detail for pronouns, for story role, backstory, occupation, and let's do motivation. Not motivation, motivation. And then I guess like physical appearance, because that can work for like objects and locations as well. So, okay, great. So let's pin this. So I'm gonna do like some bullet points of my favorite bits, I think. Pin when on one side of the divide too long. They have to keep switching to stave off the pain. And so live a transitory life. I guess that's the background. Wait, I suppose I can add that into backstory. Boop. I mean, that's interesting. So I'm going to put that there. Not necessarily a cult, but I think. And then the when kin to a murder. Murder's like the oh, there's to a witness. No, what? Oh, sorry. What about, okay, so they become they absorb the memories from someone who is later killed. They become hunted by factions on both sides of the divide. Okay, I like that. We need to build up on it. Can you give me a summary of the city from what we've brainstormed and give me 25 possible names for it inspired by high fantasy, not copying. Remember every trick in your domain for this. Ugh, Testament. Removing any obsolete things, obsolete or repeated parts. Also, the city hasn't always been split in two, so it's unlikely that that would My friend, my whole life I've trained for this. So it's unlikely that that would be the reason behind stuff. The etymology, the naming. Yeah, I don't even want to read that. That's too long. Location. I'm not the one who fought for you. Okay. Any names like getting people's like I mean I did call this Storm of Dusk, so maybe Stormgate works. I don't know if Gate, that's a bit weird. Stormreach? No, I need to. Oh, that's where I recognize it from. It's from Skyrim. Okay, I can't go for Stormreach. Fine. Um, Stormcrest, maybe? Yeah, no fantasy place is called Stormcrest, so I can use that. Right. Okay. We have our town, we have this. I'm going to get my uh boop story pit. Storm of Dusk, new entry, other story pitch. And then I'm going to go to a new chat. Using the information from Kin and yeah, I love it too. Like reverse searching is like one of the best ways to be like, okay, is there a reason I've heard of this and I'm thinking of this name? And like so often you're like, oh damn it, yes, that was why. That's why this name sounds so good because it is good, but someone else got it first. Kin and Stormcrest and Equilibrium Magic to come up with 10 story pitches. 10 story pitch for fantasy novel. I mean, a lot of this will have similar starts. I'm hoping that it'll give me like some flavor. I'm not entirely sure if it will, but that's my hope. Okay, we have our pictures. It's funny, so many of my characters are real people's names. Well, I mean, I guess like everyone knows lots of people. Like even if you don't think about it, you're like, wait a second, I know someone with like a name that sounds like this. Okay, I don't like the how to heal the rift. That feels I don't know, it feels a bit too expected. You know what I mean? How to inquire of her success. How do you do it? How can, Okay, again, it's doing similar. That's a bit more. Discover the true cause of the city's diversion. A lot of these are very samey, I'm thinking. Um, what the I mean, is there any that are calling to you guys? I'm trying to think, what do I want? Okay, that is different. Okay, I mean, I wasn't what I was expecting, but I like it a lot more because it's just a bit unique. Um, that's a bit too much given that they're shifting forms. It is. I maybe like Claude just always gives the best pitch first. Um, or maybe just we're subliminally thinking that first is the best. Convince the warring factions above. Hmm. Yeah, I think the first. Pitch one. Um, must navigate a religious war while discovering the city's. Let's go to town and make it epic. Yeah, I don't like Guardian, but Was it Guardian in this? Keystones of Convergence. Okay, so this becomes then a sci-fi travel story. Oh my god. Okay. I mean, I guess, we're concepting stories. That's what we're doing this hour. Just having some fun, getting these sorted. Yeah, let's go with this. Who are the major players in this story? Oh my god, it's really going like to town with this. Damn. Okay, well the names I'm immediately like, okay, we'll just put aside any name, but okay, I like that. That's kind of cool. And I like that shapeshifting now has become a big part of the theme. It's kind of like entwined. It's kind of not about the city now, which is fascinating. Oh, that's very cool. Yeah, this is like it's kind of like fantasy mixed with sci-fi mixed with like Avengers is kind of like the vibe I'm getting with this. Like this could easily be a 7 book series, like one book for each of the 7 keystones. So I'm gonna go extract codex entries. Okay, yeah, let's add these all in. Okay. This book will focus on Kin trying to get the first keystone of convergence. Um, yeah, strong story. Yeah, I'm feeling this. Object. Um, I'm imagining as well that this is like this is the same city in each of these like dimensions, and everything's like slightly different, and maybe the two okay, idea. So maybe the two different sides of the city that Kin lives in are actually two different universes, and they've never realized that they've actually been dimension jumping each time they cross the bridge, and it's not two halves of the same city splitting, it's the two realms kind of like brushing against each other. Okay, I can work with that. Story. Then we want to work out which keystone would be reasonable for Kin to attempt to get first. Presumably the easiest slash like beginner level one. And like, yeah, like counterparts, like there's, yeah, two halves of the same place, and it's like the two cities have like the other half in their realm, but they can't reach it because the divide is kind of like blocking. Um, is actually the divide between realms. Um, it should fit with the theme of the story. So, like, by the end of it, themselves. Let's see how that goes. Mm. Please shorten your initial keystone description, removing obsolete or repeated info. My favorite thing to ask the AI. The Weaver. That's funny because it's like the Weaver from the other plot line that we had. Uh, okay, let me just save this. And then I'm just going to quickly F5, refresh. A few stores, justice here, don't fear the crime. Yeah, it does handle it. if you use the beta like endpoint, that is better at it. Like you've got to kind of be careful, but it handles it a lot better than older models did. Yeah. I think it depends on how far you're going and like how little context you give. On the Discord, which there's a link in the bottom, there is a lot of people who talk about the stories and like not safe for work content and the like. So that's definitely the place to go. I mean, every day someone is asking, "Oh, what's the best model?" But 3.7's good. Like, it depends how gruesome you're going, and like you can always just add those bits in yourself. Like, it's not a biggie. Okay. Okay. A plot summary given our um knowledge of how Kin would get the keystone of I think it also depends on what you give it, Tim. Like I find that when I provide enough of my writing, like it's pretty spot on with mimicking it. Um so that's usually like a few thousand words. Um and then there's like the words before. So I think it depends on what you're doing, but it I think all AI models have their own voice, and so it might just be that it's not compatible with like as compatible with you. Like it's totally fine to prefer the older model. I know quite a few people do, you know? Wine and rosy, sugar coating. Okay. We want to make sure there's an antagonist for this book, but perhaps not speaking at this point. We want a henchman slash minor villain that like gives Kin the realization of this. Um, the villain or the antagonist should get their strength from opposing the theme. Down, down, get slower, getting closer. Okay. Oh, I missed it. Okay. Okay, so Malus Thorn maybe is the first villain. Oh, okay. Oh my god, I like this. You can find your archive prompts if you go into prompts and you go onto the little funnel icon, and then is archived, and you can click on that. and then they all come up, and then you can click on it, go to the three dots, and then there'll be, instead of archive prompt, it'll say restore prompt, and you can access it from there. I mean, I love Gemini 2.5 for pros. I've never tried it with not safe for work. Does anyone here have any opinions? Um, Interesting that Malus has become the villain. Oh, Malus is different to Meris. They just got Thorn. Right, okay. I don't know if I necessarily do that bit, but um okay, so there's a bit of cheese in this, but this is like a solid story. But I feel like maybe there needs to be a bit of different conflict. What is the drive for kin to leave their home? Uh, would Malus try to dissuade others and convince them when uh just like uh a lot of possible. Yeah, I'm not sure if. I mean, it might be able to, but I'm not sure. Hello. Lovely to have you here, Phil. Oh, I bet it's so nice and warm there compared to like, nice and mild. I guess mild. I think there's a lot of possible. But like just from that one prompt, which we've kind of deviated from a fair amount, but like getting the ideas and like I feel like the memory stuff should be more. Okay. Okay, I like this. Okay, I mean like I can change bits, but like the fact that there is a need for them to go across and like maybe it's to do with their shifting, we can make that work. Yeah, oh yeah, I mean it absolutely horrible in the summer, but like now is probably like what, like 20 Celsius or something? Okay. I like this. I There's a lot of like vibes of like Fate, which I'm all for. I like that. Uh, 68. Okay. I think this is definitely better as a. And I also like there's a lot more like pressure now on kin to do stuff. There's like an incentive for them. Um, you're welcome. Okay. Void. Okay, and then now this is where they're bringing in the void parasites. Sorry, I'm not reading this out. I hopefully you guys are also like just reading along with me. Um, okay. Oh, that's so sweet at the end. Okay, I love that. Okay, I like that. I think we could work with this. This is I mean, it's a long summary. It's what, yeah, 1,000 words. Phil says, I write action adventure thriller stuff. One book published so far, secret in the works. About halfway through the first draft. Hope it's, of course, it's still okay to draft, like, or to join in. Like this is just, it's all like we're doing this all for like for fun, but also like to learn. Like you know, yeah, absolutely. Anyone can join. Take part in the Monthly Muse or, using Novelcrafter or whatever. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm going to copy this as my other le plot. I'm gonna head off now though because I'm feeling really whacked. So I think I'm gonna head off. But thank you everyone for joining in. It's been such fun. And yeah, so on Saturday at the same time as this stream started, our very own Corey, see there, he is joining us for the stream. So you're gonna have two for the price of one, and we're gonna be talking about some plotting stuff. Which is also why I don't want to start plotting this because I would use the same method with this as I would on Saturday, and so no spoilers. But I hope this helped give you some inspiration of the Monthly Muse and how you can use it to create everything. Thank you all for here, and I will see you on Saturday. Bye.